Good afternoon, everybody. It is 36 degrees here in Lehi, Utah, with snow on the ground. Probably not as much as the Stitchers got in the Northeast, from the looks of it. We've only got about 2 inches, but it's sunshiny and pretty clouds, and the snow is beautiful with all the sun shining on it. It is December 18th, which is one half of Pam and Steph, the Floss Tubers. Stephanie's birthday is today, and I want to wish her a big happy birthday and hope she has a wonderful, wonderful day. My name is Colette. I'm the Highway Stitcher, and I'm here to give you my stitching from at home, not on the highway, for the indefinite future. And I am going to thank you so much. This to me is a big deal, and I just looked at my numbers today before I made up my notes, and I have 1,500 exactly subscribers. Now, how do I end up finding out that I have an exact number like that? Usually I tried back when I was getting close to 1,000. I tried to keep watching until it hit 1,000, and I was going to write it down. Well, I didn't make it because it went over 1,000, and by the next time I checked, that's where it was. So this time I thought, this is kind of cool, unusual. So since I hit 1,500 subscribers today, that first of all, I want to thank you all. Never thought, I'm just doing this, like I said, for my own incentive to do my whips, and so and also because I just enjoy just talking. But I'm just amazed by the support that I've been given, and I want to thank you. Thank you so much for subscribing, for watching, and for your wonderful, wonderful comments. So thanks again. And since I do have 1,500 subscribers, I'm going to do another giveaway. And also, after I tell you about this giveaway, I'm going to give you the results of the last giveaway, which, due to the situations in our family, I forgot about the last giveaway. So I'm going to give that away after I tell you about what our new one is going to be. For 1,500 subscribers, I'm going to give away this heartstring samplery pattern. It is instead of sheep, and I ended up buying one extra of this because I loved it so much and I didn't realize I had. So I have the extra copy. And that's because my favorite Christmas movie is White Christmas. And of course, Beth said on this, when I'm worried and cannot sleep, I count my blessings instead of sheep. So, and then I fell to sleep counting my blessings. So anyway, that's probably why I had two. Favorite movie. So I'm going to give this one away. So I want you guys, I want you to put in blessings in your comments. However you want, and then I'll look for that word, and that's what it'll be. And even if I come back next week or the week after, I think I'll give this away probably the first week in January, so you've got a little bit of time to check it out. Anyway, on to the other giveaway. I was giving this away a couple weeks ago, the sweetest strawberry, Puntini Puntini. You're the sweetest strawberry in the garden of my life. And I think because of all of the busyness of everybody, not too many people were aware of this one. So I'm going to tell the 11 people who signed up and who said strawberry. Well, I don't know if they did strawberry basket. I can't remember what I put in the comments for them to write. But there's just 11. There you are. So you've got a pretty good chance. So I'm going to go ahead and do the random generator right now. Here it is, 1 to 11. Let me check something here, make sure. Yeah. So we'll see who it is. Number 5. Number 5. So number 5 is Christy Martin. Christy Martin, you won the sweetest strawberry. So I will comment to your comment below, and also I will probably I'll see if I'm going to see if you're on my Instagram as one of my Instagram followers, and then I will go ahead and we'll get this sent out to you. We'll get your address and get it sent out. So anyway, congratulations, Christy. So I'm going to go on. I have a lot to cover today, and I was hoping that I would be able to get this one done fast, but lots of things to cover. So my next, I'm just going to go as fast as I can, and I just want to let you know that I got some FFOs. I'm not a big fully finishing person. I don't enjoy doing it. I'd rather send it away unless I don't have money to pay for it. So this is pretty good for me. So I decided to spend the whole day yesterday doing some FFOs. First of all, a couple weeks ago, I found a place close to me that has blocks of wood, all sizes. So I'm going to show you the back of this first. Lots of different sizes. Like $1 a piece. I mean, it's just amazing, up to about $2 a piece. So even though I got them unfinished, I brought them home about 3 weeks ago, and I finished them, stained them, and sanded them, stained them, and waxed them, finished them up. So then I sat down and watched Helen D. She's on Floss Tube, and she's been doing several finishing tutorials. And she did one on flat folds on blocks because she was also doing a lot of finishes on blocks. So I followed her Floss Tube. It took me a while. Math is not my strong point, and now that I'm older, it's definitely not my strong point. So Steph, you're much better at math than I am. Anyway, I did get them finished. These are all Christmas finishes. One I'm going to keep myself, and 2 are going to be given away to my daughters. So here's the first one. This was my first trial run, and this is my piece. It's a little, if I remember right, I didn't bring it in here, but this was a Christmas 2019 pattern from the Christmas ornament patterns from Just Cross Stitch. But who the designer was, sorry, I can't remember. What's cool about these is that I did same as Helen. I did them such to where they have a magnet on the back. So then I can like move them around where I want. And then also I'm planning on doing some of the January through December smalls this year. So then I could make up a block and just magnet it on and change it out every month. So that's my plan. So this is mine. I had to make one just for me, or I would not have been a happy camper not keeping some. This one belongs to my daughter Julie when I give it to her. She found this pattern last year and really liked it. The Lizzie Kate Wiseman Still Seek Him. And so anyway, I'm going to give this one to her. It's also a magnet, a little bit bigger block. They ended up finishing up nice. I used an Americana stain, and I think they're pretty. So I'm proud of them. Put that one down, and brother, they're falling because they're trying to stand up on carpet, which isn't working. So let me put it this way. Okay, now we're set. And then the last one I'm giving to my other daughter, Shannon. It's also a Lizzie Kate. Is it too late to be good? So, and this is one of the bigger blocks that they had. They even have bigger ones than this. The prices are wonderful. So even though I've got to do the staining and everything myself, I'm happy with it. It was fairly easy for me to do this once I got through the math part of it and to measure the pieces so they were right for the backboard and then the front stitch piece. So now that I'm kind of used to it, I should be able to make these a little bit easier. So I'm pretty happy that I got some whips done. Okay, on to, FFOs. On to my whips. I only worked on 4 whips total since I last talked to you, which was Tuesday I think it was the 7th, something like that. So it's been maybe a week and a half, a little more. I did use prompts with them. A couple of them I only did for 1 prompt each. The others I've been trying to fit into prompts. So I'll show you the ones where I only did just a little was able to pull a prompt out for African Woman with Peonies too. I ended up stitching, oh, this is by Artecy cross stitch, and I am stitching it on 25 count gridded Lugana, 1/1 full cross. I ended up getting 184 stitches done that evening when I did the prompt, which is just partial of that block there and that block there, because what I had finished before was straight down there. So mostly background color. And the prompt was it's Beauty and the Beast for Enchanted Stitches. And the prompt was something that you thought in the castle when all the figures were all dancing and Belle was all shocked out that all these unliving figures were dancing. Something that you thought could be dancing in the castle. And I thought it would be great, and I thought there would be the vase and the flowers dancing around. So that was my finish. I mean, that was my idea for that prompt. Okay, and then the other one I did a little bit of stitching on. It was a prompt for, let's see. Oh, stitching on something that you were sick of, that is in the Stitchy Dungeon or Stitchy Prison. I pulled out Victorian Charm. This hasn't been worked on for a long time, though I do love it still. Now, it's not because it is dark blue. I love houses, but I don't know if I enjoy houses stitching them. So, and that's because I'm showing you that so at least you don't have to see through the back there. You can see more of how it looks. I actually stitched this part right here, 212 stitches. But I found that I'm just getting really sick. I'm working on this part right here. Let's see. You can see it better there. This part right here. And I'm just getting real sick of all the roof stuff. I just want to get up to that kitty or do something funner. So that's the main reason why I'm just ended up in the Stitchy Dungeon. So, but I did put 212 stitches in it, so maybe I'll pull it out again sometime. By the way, this is a dimensions kit. So I have all the kit and all the floss, 18 count Ada, 1/1, two threads. Okay, the two whips that I'm mostly working on and fitting into every prompt I can are ones I want to get done by the end of Christmas, I am hoping. This one is called The Gift of Peace. It was these two patterns. This was a friendship retreat, virtual retreat that was put on by, oh my goodness, why do I always forget? I know it's Bent Creek, but let's see. HeartInHand. I was about ready to say Hands On or something else. HeartInHand Designs. They collaborated and wanted to do a virtual stitching retreat, so I signed up for it. And this was a set of patterns that we got. So we got the kit for it, and we got 32 count Platinum Zweigart, and the floss goes with it. So this is the piece I'm working on, which is the actual letters one with the birds. The last time you saw it, I had just a few letters done and about halfway up the tree. So I finished the rest of the tree, the star, the other tree, because another one's going to start here. So this whole tree is done also with the angel and then a bunch more of the letters. So I'm pretty happy with that. I worked on it every day, at least 200 stitches a day, and I tried to work in more when I had a chance. This is being stitched 2 threads over 2 strands of linen. Like I said, it's 32 count Zweigart. It was part of the kit with Weeks Dye Works threads. And some of the prompts that I fit for this one were, of course, red. snow, which I'm starting some snow there. It'll be going all along the bottom. And cool Christmas trees, because we had to figure out something that was cool or that we thought was really neat, special. And I thought these Christmas trees were pretty cool looking. So that was part of my prompt too. I think that was it. So anyway, I'm grateful for them for doing this retreat. This is kind of our own personal patterns, and I thought, I better get at least one done for Christmas. So that's what I did, hoping to finish that one up. And then, of course, my other one is probably you're familiar with the fact that I've been trying to get Women of the Mayflower finished by the end of Christmas. End of the New Year's. End of the year by January 1st. So that was the other one I was working on. So it's being stitched. It's also a kit. 40 count vintage country mocha. 1 strand of thread over 1 linen thread. And the kit had DMCs and some gentle arts, I believe. And I'm getting farther down, so now I have to back up and try to show it all to you. But even though I'm still like going frantic, thinking, am I going to get this done? And the reason being, if you look at the pattern here, some of the stuff that takes the longest is this fill-in. But I'm going to do my darndest. I'm done with all the lettering, so I'm going to work frantically to try to get the rest of that done, which will be all that lady and the few more birds, another flowers, and Plymouth filled in at the bottom with the border around it. What I ended up finishing up this time, which I did pretty well, I had told you that I was starting out right about here, Ann Tilly. So I managed to do Ann Tilly and all the words, and all the way down to 2020, and then the fish in the sea. And that blue that you see is my Mayflower ancestor, Joan Tilly. She was married when she came over in the Mayflower, and her daughter was about 13 years old, Elizabeth Tilly. And she died, her husband died, I believe in the first winter. Elizabeth survived. She ended up marrying John Howland, who is also my male ancestor. And they had many, many children, and so quite a few of the Mayflower descendants come through Howland and Elizabeth. So that's my little different color there for my ancestor. So I'm plodding along. The prompts that I used for it was, one had to be birds, which of course there's in the project. So of course there's lots of birds in here, lots of seagulls, chickens, whatever. Another was meat on the table. So like, what kind of meat on the table would you be eating on Bill's table for the banquet? Well, of course, I love bacon. There's a pig. Chicken, like chicken. So that was a good prompt, easy to fill. And also words was another prompt. So that was very easy. There's more than enough words on this darn thing. So, and I'm kind of glad I'm done with them now. Of course, after I start filling in Plymouth down there at the bottom, I'll probably go, give me back the words, please. I want the words back. So, okay. Trying to remember everything. There's just so many little things that I have to remember. Plans. I think I'll go into plans next, which is simply easy anyway. Through New Year's, of course, it's going to be the Gift of Peace and Mayflower. Both those pieces I just showed you. I'd like to have them finished if I can. I'll fit them into prompts. The only actual challenge prompt I'm really doing right now is enchanted stitching, and it's been pretty easy to fill in the prompts. When I was gone this last week for 3 days, I was actually able to fill in all the prompts for enchanted stitching and get it done for just these two, because they were the only ones I brought with me to California. So I figure, well, with the enchanted stitches, hopefully I can just fill them in. If I can't, I'll just do penalty stitches. So those are my plans. I wanted to go through the few Christmas cards I've been getting from people. So, first of all, I got a card from Pam and Steph, Just Keep Stitching. So, that's their Christmas card. Cute. On the back, it's all the lights too. So, I also got one, let's see, from Audrey, Stitchy Witch 42. Believe in the Magic of Christmas. This one is from Melanie Smith, Yarns and Threads, and she's in Idaho. This is a card from Wade and her and the kids. So it's a pretty card. And this card is from Christine Slaughter, Stitch All the Things. A blessed gift of hope and love. I appreciate that. With the funeral and the death in our family, this was quite a comforting card to get. And then I got this other card, and I hope I can say it without starting to tear up, but this is from Karen Dean. She's one of my Floss Tube watchers, and she sent me a sympathy card. I'm sorry for your loss. And so I'm thankful for that. Thank you, Karen, for the sympathy card. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for your cards. I'm going to go on and tell you some more of my continuing haul from my birthday. I was just blessed from my hubby and other people from the haul I got. So I've got to get through some more of this, and then I think I will have one more set of a haul, birthday haul that I have to go through. Anyway, a good friend of mine, she's a needle pointer. She's gotten back into cross stitch quite a bit, and we see each other beading a lot, or we did when we used to be able to bead. Anyway, she made me this really cute beaded cover on this pin. It's a little hedgehog, and so cute with little mushrooms around it. So I've been making these beaded pins too, but I didn't realize there was a hedgehog pattern. And so I may have seen one, but I think she told me, she goes, "Don't you dare buy that pattern." So anyway, Mary made that for me. So thanks, Mary, for such a cute gift. If I get around to doing my own beading, I'd have pins of my own, but I haven't done that. More birthday haul. I'm going to do for the coming year, but I'll go into my plans for new starts later. But I am real fast going to do the Modern Folk Embroidery sale for this coming year. And so I bought some floss that I wanted to use for it from Mrs. Sadis Silks. She's the one who has beautiful hanks as well as smaller amounts of floss, silk floss. This one is called Rouge, real deep red. And I'm going to use that on a 25 count. Her one strand of silk floss is perfect over one thread in 25 count. And I've been enjoying that in my pandemic. So I want to use this for over maybe a cream or an ivory for my sale for the year, monthly sale. So I love the smell of her silks. Wonderful silks. I'll try to post her she used to be mostly Etsy, but I know she has a web page now, so I'll try to remember that. And one Hank could not travel alone, so of course I decided to get another. This is Hydrangea. Wonderful purples and blues. Oh, I fell in love with this one. So I know I can use that for something. And she also sent along two, since I bought two Hanks, she sent me along two smaller. This is Sienna. Now I have two hanks of Sienna from her, so I have enough actually to do a smaller project, and that's a pretty color. Then she also sent me Oxide, which is like browns and oranges and creams and tans. So thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. Also ordered some color and cotton for my birthday, some fabrics. I'm on her floss for the month, but not on her fabrics. So I got Swiss Coffee, a good neutral color. I also got Spring Morning. I thought this was a beautiful, beautiful blue color. Oh, These are all 32 count, by the way. And I got pistachio. I really like this color. This one doesn't show off the real true color quite as much, but it is such a pretty green. Beautiful, beautiful green. So I also got those for my birthday. I went to my local needlework store, which is open. Shepherd's Bush is an hour away from me, but it's not actually my local, though I do go to it like 2 or 3 times a year. It's just far enough to where it keeps me from like getting too much stuff. But we have a little stitching store near us called Craft Center of Fine Stitchery. It's about 20 minutes away from me. So I every year Chris will take me there, and I can buy patterns and kit up a pattern also. So here's some of my birthday haul from there. This is the library from Little House. As an open book is a window into the world. I've always enjoyed that. So I'd never gotten it, and they had it there, so I picked that one up. I also got this Insight pattern. I like Insight, especially when they have these banner type of patterns. I'm working on a Welcome to the River pattern right now that's similar to this, looking like a banner with large letters at the beginning and the end. And this is like a red, white, and blue 4th of July. I also found this old pattern called Grandmother Blessings pattern. It says, "The love and devotion I give to my child, I thought I could give to no other. But life held a lovely surprise for me the day that I became a grandmother." It's a really pretty sampler pattern, band sampler, with different stitches. It's called Wild Heart Designs from Pennsylvania. This was in an older section of the store, so I don't know too much about this designer, but did love that. Work on it and think of my grandchildren while I'm working on it. I also picked up a new reprint of one of the Prairie House samplers. This is a summer sampler one. And the one I decided to kit up was this Stitch Every Day by Hands On Design. I think this was in market this year, but since I didn't look it up, don't count me on that one for sure. But I think it was. I got the threads, but they're all somewhere else. So all I can show you is the fabric. But I found this fabric, not exactly the called for, of course, because they don't have a lot of fabric there. But this is called Pumpkin. I thought it was really pretty. It's a 32 count swag art. So I thought with this, it would look real pretty, actually. So, even though it's not exactly the color. And I remember when I got all the threads from 123 Stitch, because they didn't have the threads there, all the threads there, I put them up to them, and it looked really nice. So, it was almost a fully kitted kit. So that's that. And then one more thing I'm going to show you is there's a person who's been doing in our area, she's about 45 minutes away, who's been making project bags. And her name, her Etsy name is Brass Button, and I will leave it below. And I sent her fabric, and she made me some big handle ones with an extra carrying case. I had this stitching fabric for a long time with the little hearts and the cross stitch. So I sent it to her. I said, you find the inside one for me, because I don't know what I want for inside. And so she found that. Looks like crosses. So I had her make that one for me. Has a little, reason why it's called Brass Button is she has a little brass button for her zipper pull. She really does a good job. So check her out. And then I had some, for a long time, I had just a little bit, because it was very expensive, of this Harry Potter fabric. Cute little ones. See how they look, Ron and Hermione and Harry. So I sent what I had to her, and she said, oh yeah, she says, you have enough for me to make a big bag for you, and also a small little notions bag. And I said, well, I don't really have anything for the inside, but I said, just find whatever complementing fabric. So she found this really cute Harry Potter fabric with the, all the parts from the books in it. So it ended up being really nice. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I think it's Jennifer, but I'm not positive. Unless I write it in my notes, I don't remember. But I will try to clarify that next time of what her name is. But she does a very good job. So I would highly recommend her. Okay, before I go on and end this, I just give you a brief life update. I went to my brother-in-law's funeral in California, and it went well. It was, not an easy thing to be at, but it was very touching and very well done. They had a lot of nice pictures, beautiful flowers, beautiful thoughts from Kenny's best friend, and also from Kenny's son and daughter. And that was the first time I'd ever seen my nephew tear up and cry, and that was just very difficult for me. Probably the hardest part of the funeral. And his sister and his fiance came up and stood next to him and held him up as he read what he was writing for his dad. Anyway, we spent the time of the funeral, just family and just a couple close friends, and then we went over to Allison's and spent the rest of the afternoon and evening there. And then Chris and I just took off the next day. We didn't want to spend any more time in Southern California than we had to, and with the COVID, and so we just drove in on Monday. The funeral was Tuesday, and drove home on Wednesday. Everything did go well, though, and we didn't have any inclement weather until we got home and got the snowstorm after, so that all worked out well. And I thank you all. I didn't comment on any comments after my last video, but I do thank you all for your kind sympathy comments. Thank you so much for your care and concern. It's just going to be really difficult. It just hits me all of a sudden, and when I'm stitching, I'm all right, but when I'm up and around, sometimes I just break into tears. But I can't even imagine my sister and what she's going through. So if you could keep her and her family in your prayers or thoughts, whatever you use in your life, I would really appreciate it. I'm going to see if I can come back in a little less than 2 weeks for a whip parade if I can, or maybe new starts. With the craziness of this last few weeks, I might not be able to, but I'll see how it works out. And before I go, I do have a quote, and it isn't from my quote book actually this time either. Last time it wasn't either, but in one of our, we get it like a little city newsletter every month, and there was a quote in there from Charles Dickens. I'm not sure what book it was from because they don't say, other than Charles Dickens being the author of the quote, but I felt that it was really appropriate for this time of year. Again, before I read this, I want to wish those of you who celebrate Christmas a very Merry Christmas. Those who celebrate Hanukkah, a very happy Hanukkah to you. A happy Kwanzaa to you who celebrate, and also a very happy New Year. May this year be a better year than what this previous year has been, and that things will improve. And this quote by Charles Dickens was just on this little piece of in the newsletter, so I just ripped it out. It says, reflect upon your present blessings, of which every man has many, not on your past misfortunes, of which all men have some. And that's true. So try to not think of the past. Think of your present blessings that you do have. I'm thankful for all of you for joining me in my Floss Tube. I want to wish you all very happy holidays. Remember the good there is in the world. Remember the happiness, and remember the blessings that you do have. Love you all, and I will hopefully see you in a couple weeks. Bye-bye.